I'm Dan Hernandez. I'd like to welcome you to this week's episode of Sport Fishing. So today we're fishing out of Emeryville and we're on the Seawolf. Here, my first rockfish of the day. Gopher cod, got a magic metal jig. This is our captain and deckhand Joe on the boat today. Fishing with Captain John too and Daryl. And I got my first fish of the day. Start out with the magic metal jig. So that's the plan for today. We'll be fishing along the coast here, shallow water, looking for more rockfish and hopefully lingcod or two. So stay tuned for this week's exciting episode of Sport Fishing. I'm Dan Hernandez and I live to fish.
All right.
I have been fishing along the Pacific coast my entire life.
Oh!
Let me bring you in the action and share with you some great fishing tips along the way.
When you are walking around trails and then you grab onto something really flat like this and then a ship rolls us around, we don't want anybody to fall down. So in case you need to do upright. If you're right in front of the boat, well, Kevin! Woo!
Yeah, first two.
Fish with Dan on the Seawolf.
Turn around. Donnie, turn around.
Hey. Oh, I got another one.
Not be little.
Blue fish. Sport fishing with Dan Hernandez on the Seawolf.
Michael's first black rockfish.
First one. There you go. That's what we're talking about right there on the Seawolf. Dan Hernandez. Charter.
Nice black.
Nice.
Nice black.
Nice black rock.
We're fishing with Dan Hernandez.
Lingcod gotta be 22 inches, so we'll let this guy go. Let him live a long life.
Real big.
Another fish on the Seawolf. Dan Hernandez and the crew. More fishing with Dan Hernandez.
See what I got. Probably a little rockfish. See what comes up. We're in shallow water, only 40 feet deep, north of Emeryville. Here we go. On the bucktail. What kind of rockfish is this?
This one's a brown rockfish.
Brown rockfish. So there's a lot of blues, blacks, and browns.
Yeah, this part of the coast there'll be a lot of brown.
A lot of browns. They all taste about the same, or?
I think so.
Or
Some people.
I hear some people say they don't like blues and they love brown.
Yeah, some people
Other-
they call these hard kind of like lobsters. They like those.
Cool. Well, let's take a little break from the action here for the Sea Wolf. Let's go to the tackle box and show you the gear you need for this type of fishing. This week in the tackle box, I want to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing today up here in Northern California. Well, for this year's trip in Northern California, we came up here while the rules were changed. And it always changes up here, so you got to check ahead of time before you go. Often when we come up here, there's no limit on what depth the boats can fish, meaning we can fish from 1 foot of water down to 2,000 feet if we want to. And often they have restrictions where you have to fish under 300 feet or nothing shallower than 300 feet. So you have to be prepared for that. Right now the rule is you can't go over 150 feet. So we're fishing really close to the beach. So because of that, you can get away with some lighter gear. But today I want to talk to you about both. So when you come up here, you're prepared and you know what you should bring with you. Now in that shallower water, even up to 300 feet, this works out fine. This is a 400 series reel, straight Spectra on it, 50-pound Spectra. You want 50 pounds so you can carry lots of line. I know guys that put 40-pound on it. 50 I think works out fine. And you want a medium to medium heavy rod. And this is going to be your everyday in and out rod up here in Northern California for the rockfish and the lingcod. Again, no monofilament, nothing that stretches, because you're not going to be fishing the surface, you're only going to be fishing the bottom. Now, if we get into that deeper water, if you come up here at the time of year when they can fish 300 feet and deeper, or the minimum is 300 feet, then you really want to have an electric reel with you. On this one I have 40-pound Spectra, so I can go down to 1,000 feet, 1,200 feet. The electric reel is a lifesaver when you're fishing 600-800 feet of water. You just press the button and the line comes right up. And really, if you're going to be doing a lot of fishing, deep water fishing, you're going to want to invest in an electric reel. You know, back in the day when I was growing up, we kind of laughed at people using them. But now that I'm older, and now that the new designs are smaller and lighter, the batteries are small, it's really easy to use, it's really convenient, and I see a lot of them on the sport boats now. Now as far as hooks, you want to use larger hooks when you're up here fishing for rockfish. Nothing smaller than a 1/0, and most of the time you're going to be using a 3/0 or 4/0 size live bait hook, either with a sardine on it, anchovy, or sometimes they have sand dabs for bait. Sinkers, always have 16 ounces with you. Doesn't matter if you're in the shallows, you might want to bring some 10 or 12 ounces, but most of the time they're going to always fish 16 ounces because they fish everybody around the boat. They want everybody using the same weight to get down to the bottom. Now as far as artificials, the big magic metals is what I like to use. 10 ounce works out really good, especially in the deeper water, 300 feet or so. When you get into that shallower water, like 100 feet or 75 feet of water, don't be afraid to use a lighter magic metal. I catch a lot of lingcod using a 4.5 ounce, dropping it to the bottom, working it back, and the fish come up and eat it. The reds will eat it too. Works out really good. Now B52 Bucktail, 1 ounce is what I like to use in my dropper loop rigs, but if I'm targeting just strictly lingcod, I go to a 6 ounce B52 Bucktail, put a big single tail grub, AA grub on there, and make my bait look a lot bigger. And in that shallower water or even the deeper water, this works out great for the lingcod, and in the deep water, it works great for the big reds too. Just use that B52 Bucktail, put that single tail grub on there. I know it looks like a big bait to you, but to a lingcod, it just looks like a little French fry. They'll jump all over it. The last thing you're going to need will be a tool for cutting your Spectra. And I tell you, nothing works better than a boomerang tool. And this is what I use every day, especially on Spectra. It works really good. Cuts mono, fluorocarbon like butter, but nothing cuts Spectra better than a boomerang tool. Well, this is the basic gear you need for this type of fishing. Let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action right here on Sport Fishing.
Hernandez Sports Fishing on the Sea Wolf. Woohoo!
Put a little more line out there.
Sport Fishing with Dan Hernandez.
Nice brown rockfish here.
Just another fish out here on a Sunday. Come join us.
Hey! Something different. Here we are. Sport fishing. Dan Hernandez up in Emeryville. Seawolf. Fish tacos. A nice brown rockfish. Fishing here with Dan on the Seawolf.
One more in the sack.
I got one going too.
Uh-oh.
Double.
Double trouble on the Seawolf. There comes mine. Looks like the same kind.
This one's a little different. It's a gopher.
Gopher cod.
Gopher with a live crab sticking out of it.
That's what he was eating.
Yeah.
Is that a dentist crab or is that just
So some kind of rock crab, I would say.
Oh, okay. Just gonna put it on the hook.
Oh.
It's too late now. Alright, so do it again. There we go. Still fishing the same spot here along the coast. Got a little bite going. What do I got? On the bucktail.
A nice brown rockfish.
They're biting pretty good here at the island. Along the coast. We're along the coast here in California. Shallow water, 30 feet of water right now. And just using a double dropper loop rig with 2 bucktails. Let's take a break from the action here on the Seawolf and go to the galley and show you how to cook up one of these delicious fish we're catching. Thank you. Today in the galley, we're at my house and we're in my little kitchen here. I'm gonna do a ceviche dish for you. I always get requests for ceviche dishes, so I thought I'd just do it myself. This is one of my favorite recipes to do. It's so simple to do, very easy. Today we're gonna be using rockfish. You can do this with calico bass. You can do this with all kinds of different fish. Lingcod, halibut work out good, even tuna. But today we're gonna be using rockfish. So the way I start is I got my fish all cut up. I'm just going to put it into this glass bowl so you can see everything. And at this point what I want to do is start adding the juices to it. So I'm going to start off with lemon. And that citrus is what's going to actually cook it. There's not going to be any flame at all. It's all going to happen just with the juice. You mix that up a little bit right there. And you can just see how it's really adding to the flavor of the fish, and it's already changing colors. So right here I have half of a red onion, 2 whole tomatoes, and a whole cucumber. Just going to dump that all in there. And then on top of that, most people would only go 1 serrano chili. Not me. I got 2 whole serrano chilies in there and some cilantro. Just wouldn't be ceviche without cilantro. And then you mix it all up. And to just give it a little bit of kicker on top, I like to use sea salt. Take some sea salt, just put it on top. And that's it. We are done. It's just mixing it all up now. And if it wasn't for television, if we weren't doing this on TV, I would put this in the refrigerator for an hour or 2 and just let it all sit in the juices, let it all marinate together and cook through. All right, so just to show you how good this is, I have some chips here. Take a little sample. A little bit of fish, tomatoes and everything. That is so good. Just a real simple dish to do. Great on a hot day. Just a beautiful, beautiful dish to do. And again, doing it with rockfish, but you can do it with any type of fish. Well, let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action right here on Sport Fishing.
I know, I've been catching all the red guys. Nice for
second
one.
All the red guys. I'm catching all the red.
First tango all day.
Working with Hernandez. It's really fun.
All right, you can see their link cut or rock is not shaking. I don't know what I got here. Threw that jig down the bottom. Oh, nice spread. Let's see what we got here. It's not shaking or anything, so I'm not even sure it's a fish. Might be a rock. Oh, there's color. Nice brown. Magic metal jig. Switched over to a jig because I'm almost limited out. So let's see if we can get something bigger. All right. This is an 8-ounce glow-in-the-dark magic metal jig.
Second one. All the red guys. I'm catching all the red.
Sport fishing with Dan Hernandez on the Seawolf. Fine.
Sure.
Okay, we're clear.
Sport fishing with Dan Hernandez.
What we got?
Little ling.
A little bit small size link out here. Yeah, release this one back into the ocean.
Let him grow. Why don't you want to grab in the mouth on that?
None of that. All them long teeth
Can you
in
teach
there.
me, sir?
Don't want to mess with those teeth.
Ling's at the bottom, babies. Ling's at the bottom.
Dig it. Up and over. Ah. Hi, fishing with Danny Hernandez. Today is Sunday. We're on the Seawolf. We're having a great day. Weather is nice. Come on down. Got another link caught here to measure. Run that weight right closer. Very close, very close. Go look at it.
goes this back there. Yeah. One canary each, right?
No, you can have 10. There's no limit anymore.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nice canary.
Nice canary.
They removed the limit a few years ago, so now we can have. Now we're allowed to keep them. Nice fish. There we go. That's a ling cod. That's a ling cod. Got him looking at the jig there. Yeah. Beautiful ling cod. Fishing on the Sea Wolf today. Been picking away all day at the rockfish. And once that magic metal jig finally got me a nice ling cod. Beautiful, beautiful fish. All right, we'll take a little break from the action here. When we return, I'll be giving you this week's tip of the week. For this week's tip of the week, I want to talk to you a little bit about what we did today fishing by the Sea Wolf. In today's episode, we had to fish close to shore. With the restrictions up here in Northern California for this month that we're out right now, we have to fish roughly about 100 feet of water and shallower and close to shore. Because of that, we fish with lighter line, much lighter than I normally used to using up here. But it worked out really good. So this week's tip, when you start fishing in this sort of situation, downsize your bait, downsize your line, and you're gonna downsize your sinkers too. You can catch more fish. Normally we'd use a much bigger jig out in the deep water. Here I was using 4.5 ounce and 3 3/8 ounce to catch all my ling cods and some of those rockfish. And on the bucktails, I even went from 1/2 ounce and 1 ounce bucktails. Where in the deeper water, I would use maybe a 4 ounce, something bigger like that. And for straight lings, I would use a 6 ounce. But for today's tip, use a live anchovy, either on a bucktail or a shrimp fly, and that's how we caught the majority of the fish today. Well, I want to thank Captain John, Joe, whole crew, Darren. Everybody did such a great job today here on the Sea Wolf. We had lots of fun fishing with them. Well, I'm Dan Hernandez, hoping you enjoyed this week's episode of Sport Fishing, and I hope you join us again next week as we go looking for more of the best in sport fishing.